booked
Another
from
personal shoot, bro.
mate. Well, I've booked the paid for the studio, so
Oh, it's still the same month.
yeah,
Oh,
she let
okay.
me extend it slightly. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, I've basically got a shoot at 8:30 tomorrow morning, and I haven't found a model yet. So,
Jesus
so
Christ.
in London. So
Are you confident that you can get it done though? Like, I imagine you are a little bit more like, oh, well, we'll figure it out. Like,
so I the
hmm,
modeling agency that I have a relationship with, I sent them. They sent me over a deck of people they've got, and I sent four names back,
uh-huh.
saying these would be my preference, and
Okay.
two are definitely not available. They're still finding out about the other two. If not, I've texted my mate who's a model. He might be able to. He might be able to pull through. If not, then it'll be an Instagram story situation,
All right. If not,
it,
it'll be you're just gonna have to shoot yourself.
mate. And if not, then it'll just be
Tripod.
like I'm just gonna get some self portraits. I'm just gonna get some portraits
Uh,
for the old Instagram or no website or something like that. I don't know.
okay. Okay.
You need
Either
some
way, though,
professional headshots.
is this the third personal shoot in the studio space? Because I don't think you did it
Second.
every week. Okay.
It's the second one. Yeah. So obviously the first one was the on spec ad, which is going out today. For those listening,
Yeah.
it'll already be out. And I've already posted like some other shots from that same shoot. And I did a session with Young LA in there. So I bought one of my client
Yep.
shoots in for that studio, which went really well.
Oh,
So yeah, I used
good idea.
three out of the four sessions.
Okay.
So yeah, I've got to use it before I go to Copenhagen on Thursday for my birthday. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be the ripe old age of 29 this
Oh.
week,
Oh.
which is
Poor thing.
I know, poor thing. Wait, you're already 29, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
was 29 in April. So
yeah.
wait, how many months is that since? May, June, July, August, September. Damn, bro. I'm almost closer to 30 than I am 29. Nearly. That's
Nearly.
bad.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
Did you imagine that this is what it would be like at like 29?
No,
Just in general, I feel the same as like even in terms of like the way you go through life, I feel the same as like when I was like 20 or 18.
I
Where
don't.
you're kind of always you're experienced, but you're kind of like that you're never like really like at a point of oh yeah, like everything's like there's always like something you're kind of doing
I don't know
or
what I
thinking
imagine, to
about.
be honest. Like, I don't
Yeah.
really know. Like, when I think about it, like we're both living in our own places now. We've left the
Mm.
city. Like, we're kind of in that era where we're like starting not to slow down a bit, because I feel like if anything I've picked up the pace work wise, but it like just a more wholesome, different way of life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is probably what I imagined I would be coming to closer to 30 if you'd have asked me when I was 24,
Mm.
25. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anywho, Copenhagen on Thursday. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Mm. Very
Um,
nice. What made you want to go there, by the way?
Yaz booked it for my birthday.
Oh,
And
nice.
we both wanted
Oh.
to go. We both wanted to go for a while.
Mm.
We've heard really good things about it. Heard it's really nice. The coffee shops, the food. We've booked restaurants for every evening we're there already.
Oh, nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, just some downtime. I'm going to take the little Rico, try and get some street shots if I'm feeling it. If I'm not, then I won't force it. And yeah, have like just 4 days off. So trying to work as hard as I can Monday till Wednesday, and then as of Thursday morning, it's downtime until Sunday. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, man. What have you been up to? How was your weekend?
Just real quick, I just realized if I have workers in the background, so if anyone hears any hammering or anything, because they have started again.
I can't hear it, so all good.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, all good. I got more tattoos again. Like I got the
Yeah. So I
like.
thought I saw some freshies.
Oh, I
What have
guess
you got?
so I'll go through them all. So I have the Spider-Man one, which from last time. I have the Blender Cube. I have Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet. I have an editing timeline. I
Yeah.
have a Juice World 999 thing. I'm a big Juice World fan, so it's
Yeah.
part of that. I have a Why Not You written on my thing because my dad always says that to me. Like, if you're ever on like a big client thing and you're nervous, he
Yeah.
always used to be like, why not you? Like, why not you to be the most expensive? Why not you
Love
to
that.
be on this shoot? Like, why not you? And I was like, okay, I'll get that.
Yeah.
And then another Spider-Man tattoo from Into the Spider-Verse. And
Nice.
then another Juice World one, which is like, whoa.
Two Juicies. Two Juice
Yeah.
Wells, two Spider-Men.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then there was another one that was meant to be up here, but we ran out of time. And then I'm due to get some. I think it's a camera, a lighting, and a camera slate, just like on the back of my arm there. But that's in
What
November,
camera are
mate.
you gonna get? That's the big question. Which one? What
Oh
model?
no! Oh, it'll just be like a generic like
Oh,
icon, I
bro,
guess.
you gotta get an Alexa
Mate,
Mini tatted on the arm.
oh my god, God no. Well, no, knowing my luck, it'll be like the red situation where you'll get like a red tattoo, and then Nikon will buy red, and then you'll be like, I don't like red anymore. So
Well, we'll come on to that. We'll
I'm
come on to
only
that.
joking. But
Nice
in
man.
terms of other stuff, I'll just share my screen because I actually just set this up.
Oh,
Uh, I
talk to me,
I've been doing 3D, and so this is what I've made recently. It's not done.
bro. That's sick.
So this is just a test render, but like, yeah, it took me 5 weeks to model this.
Jeez.
And then like this is like the generic sort of like textured one, but yeah, so it took me
Damn,
5 weeks. I
great effort.
modeled absolutely everything.
So, bro,
And now
so
I'm
when you say absolutely everything, so every single individual like part, nut bolt,
everything,
right?
absolutely everything. The bolts, the
Chain
handlebars,
links.
the yeah, the chain links, the brake calipers, the brake cables, the suspension, the chain, the exhaust, like absolutely everything.
Wow.
So I'm at a stage now where, if I just go back to this one, I'm at a stage now where I'm trying to test like the textures and the paint and stuff. Because
Yeah.
again, like it's a little bit like when you're on film shoots, you have to do lighting and you have to be like, oh, is this right? No, it don't look quite right. The only downside is that in 3D, you can do whatever you want. So it takes you like days to figure out what the right lighting setup looks like. And
Yeah.
obviously, you can just move the camera. So I've done this side view, but I do also want to do like this
That
view,
top
but with the
down
red
view is
bike.
naughty. That top down, the light on it
Mm.
is obviously like you've got a massive softbox overhead.
Yeah, I literally created like a big dome, and
Yeah.
it works exactly the same as like real life. Like you can point the light away and shine it out the wall to bounce it back, and that
Wow.
creates like different reflections. So yeah, man, like this has been really, really like taking over my life for the last 5 weeks, and now I've not been on it for a few days because I'm just like
Yeah.
I can't look at it now for a bit. Um, but
So
yeah,
what's
man.
your plan
So
with it? What's next? So you've kind of done that. Are you gonna? I mean, I think you should post some of these images firstly on socials.
oh, I will
The,
when it's yeah when it's ready for sure. Yeah.
well, it's ready, mate. By the looks of it. Do
Well,
you know what I mean?
well,
Like,
yeah. I think what I want to do though is like obviously like I would consider this to be like a big project. Like say like if you do multiple film shoots or photo shoots and then it all collects
yeah,
together to like a big campaign. So each like say like the brake calipers, I could post those because they were pretty hard to model, and then I could do
yeah,
the wheels, and then eventually you
true,
post like the full bike or something. So there's a lot
true.
of like
Break it
opportunity.
down.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
excited to do that. And again, like maybe I can animate the wheel to spin like just the wheel itself, like so the post is the wheel, and maybe I can get it to spin or like liquidate together or something. I don't know. So I'll see. But
definitely.
again, I need to look at
Emotion would be cool.
inspiration.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, man, yeah, this is what I've been doing
class.
recently. So
Nice.
yeah, very happy with it, and I'll keep you updated on more.
Yeah, no, it's cool to see. It's cool to see.
Yeah, yeah, thanks, man.
Sweet, bro. Sweet.
Appreciate that. Um, yeah, but I don't think I've got anything else, man. Tattoos and 3D.
Lovely.
Um,
Love that.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Nice. You can ask me what I've been up to. You always do this.
I was waiting for you. Yeah, go on. What have you been up to? I thought we were
What?
talking about your on shoot, and you've got the shoot in Copenhagen. So I was like, oh, you already spoke about it.
No. I'm not. No, this is what I've been up to.
Mm.
So
Okay, okay.
obviously we did our recording with Fred. Did a shoot with Young LA last
That
week.
episode releases tomorrow. So
Yes.
as we're
Well,
recording this. So
as we're recording this.
yeah.
So I ended up doing 3 days with Young LA, kind of in a 5 day period,
Mm.
like but over a weekend, and all the edits were like very tight turnarounds. So everything's been boxed off. I sent the invoice this morning, so it's nice to kind of get that all done. All receipts sent, like invoices, like 3 shoots in the bag. Client's happy, good feeling,
Lovely.
big
Lovely,
tick.
yeah.
And it might be that I'm actually in Manchester on Wednesday before I go, so that's umming and ahhing at the moment. But then I'm off
Yeah.
from Thursday till Sunday. Going to take Monday off as well because Yaz is off work. And just have some downtime. But yeah, man, all good. I'm properly. How should I say this? So like, I've started having a bit of coaching myself, because obviously
Yeah.
I offer mentoring, and that's obviously very specific into photography, and I'm working with someone who basically is a bit of a mindset performance coach,
Mm.
and he works with like elite athletes and business people and stuff. Through a friend of a friend, I kind of knew him before, but we just started this kind of natural, organic kind of working relationship. And I had my first session last week, and bro, it's like I can't even tell you how much. It's like unlocking new levels to. You know
Yeah.
how I thought I was like on it, kind of, and I've had a good year. Well, obviously, I think me and you spoken about this. What got me this far won't get me to the next thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's come at a really good time where it's like, cool. Well, why can't I do crazy things like do 400K a year in revenue, or just like just like kind of the life that I dream of. Like, why
Mm.
is that not possible? And starting to unlock that mindset. And ever since I've started like thinking about it and having the call and stuff, like I just feel laser focused, and I've started to realize how much time I spent doing just like stuff that wasn't serving me.
Yeah. I think also what's interesting is you don't really fall into these things. Like you kind of like it's like having a personal trainer or something. It's like you think that you can exercise on your own, but then when you get a personal trainer, you realize how off the mark you were.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing. Like it's almost like important to be like, oh yeah, like why wouldn't you? Even if you think you're really motivated, it's like why wouldn't you need like you would still need one. And I think it's really good to be seeking out like your goals, but then you're also taking like the routes to get there, trying this, trying that,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
Well,
I think that's really cool for people to listen to because yeah, I think naturally you think, oh well, if you're like a keynote speaker or something, you think, oh yeah, I'll do like coaching and I'll get like I'll get motivated and I'll speak to like a life goal person, but you can do that in our industry as well, and
yeah.
I
And
think that's really important and relevant.
I felt like it's just come at the right time. Like I needed someone that was a like some kind of like mentor, or someone that could kind of unlock that next level in my
Mm.
brain. And I didn't know who that was or what it looked like for me. But I think I found it. But it'd be really good to actually talk about just a real life example really quickly before we get on to the news and the topic of the show. Um, Last week I had an opportunity come up to go and shoot the F1. I
Oh
want
yeah,
to talk
yeah,
about this, and Cameron already knows what I'm on about. An opportunity to come up that came up and to go and shoot the F1 the other side of the world in like a really fancy place. And I was chatting to like the guy who was coaching me about this, and basically I spent the whole day deciding if I should do it, if I shouldn't do it.
yeah.
I couldn't make my mind up. I called Cameron, and we had a big old discussion about it. I had a huge discussion with Yaz about it, and it took me till the end of the day to make a decision and get back to the person. Pardon me, get back to the person, and that's a screaming example of that. Like I'm just not laser focused in terms of, and I should have gone with my gut. I said no for context and for anyone listening. I said no to the opportunity because it doesn't align with the direction I want to go in. And part of me was really torn, right? Because in my head I could hear my friends going, "Oh, what? You don't want to go and shoot the F1 like on the other side of the world and get flown out there and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
Like, are you
standard.
mad?"
Yeah,
And just at the point I'm at in my career with what I want to do, it does not align with what I want to do. Like me shooting in an event and maybe getting like a quick photo of a celebrity or whatever, cool. The experience would have been cool, but with the jet lag and also like the pay and the amount of time would have been gone for, etc., without going into too many details, it just didn't quite align up. It would have wiped out a week for me. I'd have been seriously drained by the time I got back and all that. If I was 21 and like younger in my career, I'd have been like, yeah, not that I'm old, but I am clear as day. I know exactly the things I need to do in order to get to the next steps in my career. That looks like the on spec campaign that went out for those listening last week, and go like I'd have had it'd been more beneficial for me to get in a studio doing something like that. or going on location with an athlete and having actual direction over them and not shooting like an event
Yeah.
and knowing that it's probably not going to end up in my portfolio because I'm leveling my portfolio up to here. So, um, yeah, but I was chatting to my coach about this and kind of like we kind of got to the, final point that I wasted so much time and I was essentially quite needy and like I'm not dialed in. I am a leaky bucket in terms of committing
Mm.
to what needs to be done, and I spent all day umming and ahhing and going back and forth about whether I should do something or not, instead of being 100% like committed to the route I want to take, knowing and being so self assured that I could make a decision instantly. That's not for me. Park it, and I could have spent that day being productive
Yeah.
instead of going back and forth, ringing people because I wasn't sure, because I needed reassurance and I needed someone to tell me that I was making the right decision, instead of just being laser focused and being like, I know where I want to go. That doesn't align with me. Make a decision on to the next.
Mm.
So I thought it was just really interesting how, um, I'm looking for quotes as well, and you're gonna have to say no to a lot of things, and sometimes saying no to the right things in order to get out your own way to do the things that really matter. And at this point in my career, that could be jobs that sound really cool, especially to people that are new to the industry or like your mates or whatever, but they don't align and they don't serve you. And I think that coolness and the clout and everything can like disguise it and make it seem like it's a really good opportunity. I'm not saying it's this is the hard thing. I'm not saying it's a bad opportunity. It doesn't align with the direction that I want to go in. And I was quite proud of myself for taking a step back, removing ego. Oh yeah, this would be cool to post on my Instagram, or this is really cool to be able to say to my friends, yeah, I'm being flown out to the F1 on the other side of the world to do this shoot. Like it just sounds cool. So you want to do it, but remove the
Mm.
ego, remove the clout, remove all the other shit. It's like, oh, okay, no. Like, will these photos at this event make it to my portfolio? No. Like, it's not the direction I want to go in. No. I want F1 to contact me to shoot their campaign, or McLaren to shoot Lando Norris for their new. That's the kind of stuff I want to be doing, the campaign stuff, the stuff where I can put my stamp on it and have creative direction and.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
Well,
share that example because it's just a real life example that happened last week, and it was a tough decision. And some people listening might be like, what the fuck? Why did you say no to that?" But like bigger picture stuff, like I promise you, like it's the right thing.
yeah. I really love that, especially because of the whole mindset aspect of it. Because a lot of times, like the decisions that you make, like your own like consciousness keeps track of it, and so if you don't respect and stay like in the direction that you want to go in, and you start like making decisions against what you want or not exactly on the direction of what you want, then it kind of like rattles your not like confidence, but it like in what you're doing and maybe your skills and what you're aiming for. Like it does kind of take a hit, and so you do really need to keep track. Like in a way, it's like skipping a gym workout. It's like you can skip a gym workout, but eventually, like you're gonna know that you're almost like betraying yourself because you know you're making the wrong decisions.
Yeah, you
And
completely compromise your integrity.
exactly, yeah, yeah, and the integrity to yourself is probably the most important thing because you're the one that controls your life technically.
Yeah.
And I also think from a beginner's perspective, I think I was saying it to you when we were talking about it that you always worry about or think that the thing that's going to take you out of the industry is running out of money, but something else later on in your career is that you don't anticipate the good opportunities that are offered to you that would also take you off track as well. So you almost need to spot these good opportunities and then be okay being like, fuck, I'm gonna have to say no to this, aren't I? Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Whereas a few years ago you might have been buzzing for it, but this time it's like, oh no. And yeah, I think keeping that in mind and not knowing that not needing to take on every single thing is like such an important thing. Yeah, you have to sometimes you have to lose to win.
No, no,
You have
for
to say
sure.
no to get a yes.
Like it would have been cool to have been at the race and cool to experience it, obviously.
Hmm.
But I was kind of like, look, like if I want to do that, like wait till I get to the point in my life where I'll just be able to pay to go and you know,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
go and do it, or have a paddock pass, or
Mm.
like the goal is so much bigger than just this little. Yeah. Anyway, my
Yeah.
point being, to summarize, I feel like it just really unlocked a new mindset in me, and now I'm just like so like trying to be like laser focused, and the amount of time I spent on my phone just like scrolling or getting sidetracked off task,
Mm.
and all these little things add up, and it's just like if you're fully in and you're fully committed and you're, laser focused, and like I'm excited to what basically my ceiling has been
Mm.
broken. What I thought I could achieve has now gone.
Yeah, yeah. And also, you have the audacity to like want these like amazing things and be the audacity to earn loads of money. And it's like, well, you also need the audacity to say no to good opportunities when they come up as well. Then, like, it's like
Yeah.
like a yin and a yang thing.
Also, it's
So,
not even audacity. It's just like you've got one life. We're not getting any younger. Why wouldn't you want to have the
well,
best life for
exactly. Like,
yourself?
well, the audacity to want a good life. You know, like
Yeah.
it almost like the
It shouldn't be an audacity. That's my point. Like, it shouldn't be seen like that.
well, yeah, but it's difficult though. Like having a good life is like difficult. So it's like if you want a good life, you also have to have the audacity to ask for it, but then also like the
The
audacity to go
discipline
out and
and
yeah, exactly, yeah.
yeah.
So I mean audacity in a good way. It's like you want this thing, but you want to be able to have all the good opportunities as well. And it's like no, everyone's gonna have to pick and choose what's the specific direction. So yeah, man, yeah, like I think that's amazing, and
Yeah.
I can't wait for the other things you're gonna say no to in the future.
It just
You think F1's the first one, bro?
oh god. Yeah, it's just got me excited, that's all. And was like the little boost I needed for
Mm.
like to kind of go into the end of the year and finish the last kind of, 3 months of the year or whatever strong. So
Yeah.
um yeah, man, trying to be super focused and dialed in, and yeah, I'm looking forward to progressing it. There was something I was gonna say and I can't remember what it was now. You were saying about
Usually me that says this.
yeah, you were saying about the audacity, and I was like, yeah, I want to say that. It was basically like we were going over an analogy, like on the ceiling. So
Mm.
it's like, oh, cool. Like I want to I'm just pulling numbers out my ass. I want to earn 300 grand in a year. Ah, but it's like I don't know how I'm gonna do that. So the how, I basically realized the how is my ceiling. So because I don't know how I'm gonna do it, I'm like, oh, I can't do it. It's not possible, and I stick way
Okay.
closer to
Mm.
where I've been before. Really good analogy that I want to share. When a baby, sees a set of car keys on the windowsill or something, and it kind of crawls over to them. It wants that thing. It wants the car keys. It doesn't know how it's going to get them, but it just wants them. So it moves towards the car keys. And then it gets
Mm.
there and it kind of looks at the parent who's stood near them, looks back at the car keys, looks at the parent, looks at the car keys, and the parent's like, oh, puts two and two together, gives the car keys to the baby, and the
Yeah.
baby
And
gets
then
the
the
car
baby
keys.
drives away.
The baby didn't know how it was going to do it, but it just moved towards the goal and figured it out
Yeah.
kind of as it got there. And the point being is that like you don't know how you're going to earn 300K in a year, but I have like I don't know how specifically I'm going to do it, but when you move toward it, opportunities start to show themselves, and the more you push further towards it, like things will come up and it will all start to make sense and move into place. And it's like I understand how I can, my daily discipline, the things I need to do, like those are the little hows that will make the bigger hows start to present themselves to you. Does that make
Mm.
sense?
Yeah. Well, that's why the ability to try is so important. Because, like, again, like the car key analogy, like the baby could have tried one way of getting it and then been like, oh, that don't work. And then tried another way of getting it. And oh,
Mm.
that don't work. And then gone through these different opportunities of trying to get these keys.
Yeah.
But the main thing is like you tried different, like you just kept trying and that was it.
Yeah. So basically, I'm setting some big ass goals. That was what I was going to
Yeah.
say. I remember now. My assignment is to write a letter from myself in 5 years' time to me
Mm.
now. And I have to describe in heavy, 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 heavy detail what my life looks like. And it's like the
Mm.
dream life, no ceiling, nothing's too audacious, like word for word in as much detail as possible. So I've got to do that this week, or I might do it on the plane out to Copenhagen. But I'm looking forward to that, and yeah, I'm just feeling motivated and ready, and ready to take things to a new level. So feels good,
Wow,
man.
man, I'm inspired. I'm ready to jump off this podcast and go and get it.
Well, when you go get it, make sure that you get a receipt in case you want to return it. Nah, that's a really bad dad joke. Anyway, right, let's move on to some news.
Okay, yeah.
So, we want to chat about the iPhone 17 Pro specifically,
Yeah.
because that got announced. But before we go into that, little brief news bulletin. I don't know if you saw, Cameron, but Nikon ZR have launched their first Z Cinema series camera. So,
Okay.
in collaboration with Red. So, full frame sensor aimed at cinema high-end content creators. Include up to 60K, 59.94p. It's got dual base ISO as well.
Wait, what's it
15
called?
stops of dynamic range.
What's it called? What's it called?
It's the Nikon ZR.
Oh, yeah.
Internal support for Red's Red NE format and a 32-bit float audio. Obviously, I'm not too clued up about this video stuff, Cam, but what does it sound like
Are
to
you
you?
talking about this one? This looks really small.
No. It's called Z Cinema.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe
Let me search it.
Google that. Try and pull that up. But
I think this is a cinema camera.
Nah. Oh, maybe that is it. Go on it.
This one.
Do the specs add up? Is it in collaboration with Red? Is it But yeah, obviously Canon have released their like cine camera to compete with the FX3. Now Nikon have, just dropped this, and I didn't realize you were saying they bought Red.
Yeah, Nikon bought Red, yeah.
By the way, I can't see the screen. It's
Oh, sorry, my bad.
yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, pre-order look. Wow, it's cheap.
Yeah, well, this is the crazy thing is obviously, this is why the industry, by the way, was actually, like, Red is a little bit like Apple. Like, they do things and have restrictions, and so essentially, the reason why most cameras can't have the same ability as Red RAW is because Red just doesn't allow other cameras to have it. But obviously, since Nikon have bought Red, Nikon can just put it in their cameras now, which is why you can get a small camera like this with the same 12-bit Red RAW technology. It's because it's literally just like a software update or a sensor. It's not like Red are like creating like next level things that no one else can do. It's just that they've licensed it so that no one else can use it, basically.
Okay, I've got a question.
So it's sick.
I've got a question for you, Cameron. So, just scroll up for me. So,
yep.
If I say to you, so you can get a full frame cinema camera that does 12-bit Red RAW.
Yep.
For £2,100.
And it's got 32-bit flow audio, which is sick as well.
Okay, yeah. Like, what would you say to that? Like, if, I told you that was a thing. Like, does that get you excited? Are you like, damn, that's really cheap? Are you impressed with that?
Oh my god, yeah. Like, yeah, of course. Like, but again, like, it's about the ecosystem though. So if I haven't already got a camera and I already don't have lenses and things like that, then obviously you can get any camera and you can learn that system. So if I was starting, I'd be like, yeah, a Nikon, and I'll get this and that. And most cameras nowadays do 4K, 100 frames. You've got 6K sensors, you've got all this stuff.
Yeah.
So you can't really go wrong buying any camera on the market today, realistically. And Nikon has like this really, really big advantage by owning Red now. But again, like as a Sony shooter, I have Sony lenses. Obviously, I'm used to the Sony ecosystem. The camera, I don't need Red's, advantages for me at the moment. But like, if I didn't have a camera, I'd be like, of course, I would go straight to the one that offers this well-rounded thing. So it's less about the kit and more about the usability and what you use.
What's the difference between this and the FX3? Because this is coming in at what, £2,100, which is a good £1.5 cheaper than the FX3. And it's got dual ISO.
If I'm honest, I actually don't know too much about the Nikon cameras, but again, like the biggest thing is going to be 12-bit Red RAW You know, it's got dual base ISO, like it shoots 6K in 60 frames, 4K in 120. Like that is 32-bit float audio. Like I'm pretty sure FX3 doesn't have any of that. Like yeah, I would just say it's the trust. Like all the technology is just as good as everything now, and it's just up to what sacrifices you want to make. And
Mm.
obviously, the camera that has the least sacrifices is the one that will help the most. Like the file sizes for Nikon, what are they? Are they big? Are they compressed? Like I don't personally know, but I know that Sony's files are really easy to edit. I know that they're really easy to transfer. They're also high quality. The color science is good. I don't know too much about Nikon's color science in the video world, but I know that obviously Nikon cameras in photography are like insane. So I would be hesitant with Nikon for video just because I don't know how well experienced they are
Got you.
in the video space. But for photography, I'd be like, well, yeah, like Nikon's like one of the best
Yeah.
cameras for photography. So
Well, I've actually just put into ChatGPT like Nikon ZR versus the FX3 just to get a side by
mm,
side
mm,
kind of rundown. And it says what the ZR does better, where it pushes
yeah,
forward, is the internal RAW at high resolution, 6K at 60p, gives you more room in post, so cropping, stabilization, color
hmm
grade. Large, bright, articulating screen helps for monitoring when it's not using external display. It's got stronger in IBS, so inbuilt image
okay,
stabilization, so it's better for handheld run and gun flexibility.
hmm
More modern codec support and newer audio features, 32 float bit.
yeah,
Lower price for these features, so it's a more accessible cinema grade camera for smaller creators. Whereas the FX3 has proven reliability in real shoots, so long takes, heat, accessories. It's got
yep,
strong low light performance because it's a 12 megapixel sensor, whereas the Nikon is 24.
yeah.
Workflow maturity, more professionals have a FX3, more experience, more accessories. It's cooling, has a fan, whereas the other one doesn't. So it's important for you shoot long
Well, that's
overheated
another thing.
sets.
Yeah, if you're shooting in 6K and especially 6K 60 frames and stuff like that,
Yeah,
you are gonna need like camera heat has been a problem in the past, especially
yeah.
on Canon cameras. No
Dual
shade.
card slots as well. It seems like the
Yeah, that's
Nikon
sick.
might not have dual card slots, but the
Mm,
FX3 does.
yeah. See,
Um,
this is what I mean. This is what I mean about the actual usability
yeah,
out there with the experience. It's like Nikon might be a sick camera, but it might have these little drawbacks which bring down the entire advantage. So I don't know, but again, like it's what is it, apples and oranges kind of thing. Like it's
yeah.
just what
It's
you
I just
wanna
wanted
do.
to shed some light on it,
Mm.
for those that are interested, briefly run over it. But let's get into iPhone because I don't know if you watched the keynote.
I did watch the keynote.
Giuseppe was at the keynote. He
Yep,
said it was
that's
very
sick.
cool.
I bet.
And I think that I'm going to buy the new 17 Pro. So I'm still rocking a
Well,
14 Pro.
oh god, I've got the 14 Pro, but I wouldn't upgrade.
What? Oh, okay. Here we go. Why would you not upgrade? So obviously I create a lot of content with my camera, all my reels. I'm always talking to stories. I'm taking photos on my phone for just like content and reels and all this kind of stuff. Whereas you don't. So I'd be keen to hear your reason as to why you don't want to upgrade.
Well, I just don't think that the innovation is enough. Like the things that are in the phone, like they've got the vapor cooling for like heat and stuff like that. Like I think that's all really cool. Obviously, they've got a slightly bigger screen than my iPhone 14 Pro. Um, they've also got like I think it's ProRes RAW recording now in the iPhone, which I don't have.
Yeah.
But they're things that I think will add up to something amazing in the future. Like vapor cooling and a bigger battery, like that's sick. But like it's not good enough for me to upgrade right now because my phone's fine. But in the future, when it's like the iPhone 19 or something,
Mm.
I think that's like, oh, like all of these little things together will all be like, whoa, like this phone is like sick. Um, so yeah, like I just think it's not worth it. And you talk about like the social thing of like, oh yeah, I made content on my phone. It's like, mate, your content looks sick already. I don't think it's going to make that much of a
I mean, the
difference.
camera is
Um,
significantly better compared to my 14 Pro. Like, it's the first time
oh
we've got an
well, yeah, yeah.
18. It's the first time we've got an 18 megapixel front camera. It's significantly clearer. I've watched Marquez's
For
break.
Instagram, when it's where it's going to get compressed anyway. I think if you're going to do
Okay.
Instagram posts on your phone, then fine. But I
Yeah.
think if you're doing Instagram stories, it's like, well, the Instagram stories look shit anyway. Let's be honest. Like they don't really look as high quality as what they've taken.
Fair.
And see, I'm someone that I went from the iPhone 6 to the iPhone 10, I think it was. Oh no, the iPhone 7, then the iPhone 10, then I got the iPhone 13, then I got the iPhone 14, and then I've stuck on the iPhone 14 because I realized that the innovation just isn't happening as much. And I think next year will be a folding iPhone, maybe.
I mean, maybe.
But what I am interested in though is the iPhone Air,
Oh, it is very,
surprisingly,
very. It
which
looks
is,
cool.
but obviously it's got the drawback of the battery life. It's got the drawback of the camera. Like it don't have as good camera. It don't have as
No.
good battery life. But I would be interested in buying that one.
Okay.
But so again, it's like it depends what you value and what you think. Um,
Mm.
I don't know, man. Like I know that. Yeah, I mean, it's completely up to you. I just don't think that it's worthwhile at the moment. I think we're in this really weird phase at the moment where we've hit terminal velocity of technology where our MacBooks are just like fucking amazing. Our phones are amazing. Every camera does like 4K, 100 frames, like every piece of technology. And so there's like this really big window where you have to wait like 6 years for phones to actually like innovate again.
Yeah.
And again, like with cameras, like I think we're in that at the moment where eventually cameras will innovate again somehow, to where it's like a game changing thing. And same with laptops. And so I'm kind of just waiting for that a little bit. But I think we are in that zone where I don't know whether we're at the back end of it or whether we just entered it. I don't know, but there is that like I don't think there's enough with the iPhone at the moment to
Okay.
justify me
That's fair. That's
using
fair.
it. You know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I am drawn towards it because of that all three cameras of a 48 megapixel. So the ultra wide, the telephoto, and the main, which is class.
Yeah, they increased it to like 8 times zoom.
8 times zoom,
Who
new
the hell is
upgrade.
going to need that? No
I
offense.
would use it. Mate, the amount of times on
Come
my phone
on.
when I'm like filming stuff or like taking photo of something and I'm like trying to zoom in past like 8 or 12 and
Yeah, but something that you're going to use in like an actual real like you can zoom in artificially on your phone and it'll just do
it's
the
not the
same thing.
same. No.
No, I get it, but I mean like you're not using it for anything super serious. So, but and I don't, when I say you, I don't mean you. I mean
Yeah.
in general. So
Well, I think we just
I don't know,
agree to
but
disagree.
yeah, but for me, I don't use my phone as much like
Yeah.
anymore. Like my
Yeah.
phone is more of a phone, so like me obviously
Yeah.
spending more
Yeah.
money on it is just not relevant.
Yeah.
So yeah, man,
Fair,
sorry
fair.
to burst your bubble, and I hope I didn't just negatively.
No, it's fine. I'll
I
still
think
get
it's
one.
cool. Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
still
yeah.
get
You can
one.
still. What color? What color?
Oh, I don't know. This is the thing. The orange looks cool as hell, right? But
You
then,
gotta get the orange.
yeah, but then every man and their dog's going to get the orange, and it's going to be like the most.
Yeah, but
Everyone's got the
you're not
orange.
gonna see every man and their dog every day.
Okay, yeah,
It's
fair. I
literally
don't
just
know.
gonna be you and your phone.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I don't like the blue. The silver's nice, but
Mm.
yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see.
I'd definitely get the orange if I was you. I think that's the
Okay.
nicest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's move it on. Let's move it on. Let's get into the topic of today's show. Do you want to intro it, Cameron?
Oh yeah. So, uh, what we want to talk about is how to maintain the love of your craft. And
Sweet, sweet love, baby.
yeah, and I mentioned this to Matt because obviously I'm someone that like really, really loved video, like super passionate about it. And then over like
Loved
the last
past
couple of years,
tense.
yeah, over like the last couple of years, I kind of like didn't enjoy it as much, and I almost couldn't admit it to myself. And obviously, I've been getting into 3D more and stuff like that, and it's only now that I've had enough distance and a little bit of time to kind of like have a bigger picture view and go, yeah, I think I must have been living a lifestyle of where I actually started doing video as more of like business and trying to earn money, and I was basically focusing on the wrong things and I forgot why I got into video in the first place. And so for people that are first starting, like me and Matt were talking about it before this episode, but you get into the craft because you love it, and then along the way you start becoming aware of reaching out to clients and you start thinking of marketing and you start thinking of all this, and then eventually you start doing less of the thing that you got into the craft for, and you start worrying about these other things that you was never bothered about in the first place. And so I think it's important for us to talk about so that, like again, like we spoke on, I think one of the previous episodes about balancing business and creativity, but we never really spoke about just like the enjoyment of like, if you stop enjoying it, then none of it matters anyway.
For
You
sure,
know?
for sure. And I think obviously in whatever passion, the minute you decide to turn your passion into a career, you're always kind of rolling the dice, and you don't realize it at the time, but you are rolling the dice that you might hate this eventually. You know,
Mm.
that could happen. It's a risk that I was willing to take and still are willing to take, like now to this day. But yeah, like 100% agree. So I think the first thing I want to talk about is why the love fades. So, let's go through some scenarios, instances, maybe pull from our own personal experience as to why the love might fade over time. So I think the first thing is the pressure that comes into it, like you were saying.
Mm.
So, you know, things like, you know, clients paying you on time, deadlines, revisions. Actually, I feel like revisions is something more so in the
Oh
video
my
world that
god,
would
feedback.
they would rub me up the wrong way, man. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't really happen to me at all with like stills and imagery. When I worked with a client before, I know kind of how I'm going to grade it, and a client hires you for your type of work, then you're just going to grade it for you, and that they're hiring
Mm.
you for you, and that's that. Um, but yeah, when it comes to like revisions, especially with video, like I can imagine clients coming back so much, being like, "Can you change this? Can you remove this clip? Can you extend this?" Like that would bother me.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of phases in video where there's opportunity for feedback. Like you've got the feedback for editing, then you've got the feedback for color grading, then you've got the feedback for sound mix, and you've got the feedback for watermark placement and graphics.
Yeah.
So there is a phases, but yeah, I think the you just changed mine. This
Oh,
is
we
why we
changing
don't
each
share the
other.
thing, right? Let's
Oh, okay,
let Alan
fine.
through.
I'll look at myself big. It's fine.
Listeners aren't going to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think definitely the pressure. Um, I think also you start to just worry about it is the pressure of feedback, but the pressure of getting paid on time and the pressure of yeah, I guess like your expectations of like how much time you put in versus what you get paid for and
Mm.
the projects you're on. And I think at least from my perspective, I think I had never. It's a big thing to earn money from your craft and like the thing you love. But I think you can almost go off the rails a little bit and start to see how much you can earn, like in a month, for example, and then you don't realize how you've taken your eye off doing it and being grateful and like you're happy to just be there, and instead it's more about like the invoices and how many day rates can you get in and how
Yeah.
many shoots have you done in a week and I don't know you do start to your goalposts of what's a win whereas really like we've spoke about before that if you're earning money from just literally shooting with your camera then it's like that's amazing
Yeah. Well,
and like
100% agree with you. I'll always remember when it was like when I was a lot younger and when I was starting out, and I think I got paid like 700 quid for a job once for the day. I remember thinking to myself, I was like, "Whoa! So if I did this 4 or 5 days a week every week, I could earn what like a year?" And you start to like
uh,
you're like, "What?" And you kind of that side of it comes into your head, and it's like, by the way, that never happens unless you're super
mm,
busy and you're booked every day. But um, that obviously doesn't happen. But yeah, I remember thinking that when I was younger and being like, damn, like I can earn this much doing what I love. This doesn't feel like work. Like, and that, yeah, you can get into that kind of spiral of being like, well, cool, sign me up, yes to everything. Like, shoot, 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 and you can very quickly kind of start to probably dislike it if you go down that route. The other thing is like kind of routine and what are you repeating the same job? So I imagine if if you were an econ photographer and you were shooting the same thing every day in the same studio, same models, same
mm,
like bang bang bang, rinse and repeat most days, then I imagine you'd probably fall out of love with it pretty quickly after a while. It'd start to really kind of wear away at you. So that's the other thing that comes into it. So it can fade because you're doing the same shoots all the time. Like, I have clients that I work with regularly, but every single shoot is so different and it's really fun and it keeps it fresh and exciting. So I think being conscious of that as well. But that's
well
definitely a reason as to why it fades.
yeah but also being a creative right there's this weird thing there's this really weird thing where if you're a creative and you do not be creative, it literally like just dims your entire life. Like you become like this shell of a person
Yeah.
until you create something, and then all of a sudden you're okay again.
Yeah.
And so there's like this thing where you can earn really good money from it and you can be on good projects. But if that's all you do all the time, eventually, no matter what, you'll be like, I, I don't like. I'm kind of like I've lost passion for it, you know. And so there's this. It's like that you can't ignore it in a way.
Yeah.
Like no matter how much you want to earn as much money as possible, and you want to just keep working for clients, it fades the light, the spark. It fades the spark.
Also, this has never happened to me, but the kind of gear grind of always chasing specs and better kit and instead of the actual creativity, I think that's another reason maybe why some people might fall into that category thinking, oh, if I just had that camera, like I'd feel better about
Mm.
this shoot or whatever. So I think that's a big thing,
Yeah.
and the other thing would be spending more time on admin and post than the actual act of shooting, where I think that's again probably comes into more video than photo, but
No, I think it would be the same because you, again, like it comes into if you want to be picking up your camera, you want to be picking it up for something that's worthwhile. Whether that's a project that's going to go in your portfolio, or whether that's a project that you're passionate about, or whether it's you're getting paid for it. But again, like it's focusing on the wrong things because you end up having like these very arbitrary like reasons to shoot.
yeah,
Like and before you did it for work, you was just kind of like it was about enjoying the actual process and the craft itself.
yeah,
And
true.
you kind of just like drift away from that straight weirdly. Like it's such a I'm actually kind of dumbfounded when I think back to myself, and I can't believe how I think about video now compared to what I did before I moved to London with it. Like I can't imagine doing it for fun the same way I did back then now because I almost know too much now. And it'll be the same for
Mm,
you. Like you think you back then shooting photos will be different than you shooting now. Like
yeah,
in
but
terms
it
of
still
like
feels
seeing
the
it as
same
like a
fun.
yeah. But what I mean is like the what you would do though for fun. Like you might just
Okay.
go out in the street and shoot your camera and shoot your mates.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whereas now you're like, no, I'm gonna
It's a
book a
different.
studio. I don't have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
model, but like, you know,
yeah,
it's a lot more professionalized in a way. So it's definitely I don't know.
yeah. No, fair. Well, let's go on to how would we reignite our passion if we lost it? Now, you're someone that did lose it. Don't know if you did reignite it.
I know. I
Um,
think so. Yeah, I think so.
yeah, but let's like. I think the obvious one is obviously personal projects, right? You know, low stakes,
Yeah,
no brief, no client breathing down your neck. I want to skim past this one because we talk about it so much on the show. We've dedicated entire episodes to it.
yeah,
But a really good way to reignite your passion is obviously personal projects.
yeah. Don't
Um,
skimp out on personal projects because I
no,
didn't do any for years.
yeah, he didn't literally. I called him out on this show many times about it.
Yeah.
Um, shooting outside your niche. So I think
Mm.
if you do commercial photography all the time, switching and trying something like street photography, for example, could be really, really refreshing to you. If you do a lot of sports stuff, trying portraits or, whatever that looks like for you.
Mm.
At the end of COVID, I was really, really struggling. I had no creative spark and I felt a bit lost. And I was like, what do I want to shoot? What do I want to do? Felt really low with kind of my creative passion. And I ended up buying uh, this Polaroid here. This one. Ended
Mm.
up buying this off eBay. A friend recommended it to me. He's got one, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." It's like old school 1982 Polaroid SLR 680. And when I got that, oh mate, my passion for shooting again just skyrocketed. Shooting with a different format, having something tangible in hand, felt so good, and I could get these portraits of people instantly and just be like, and I was turning up to client shoots and I was more excited about shooting the Polaroid than I was my digital camera. And, when I met a celebrity, getting a headshot of them and adding it to my book and just all that, it just reignited this new kind of spark for me. So, shoot outside your niche, try something different, but also try something different maybe with the way you shoot and the format you shoot. So different type of camera, is it film? Is it just black and white? Go back to the drawing board. That helps as well.
Yeah. Well, it helps you see it as more of like an art form instead of like a business.
Yeah,
If you do stuff like that as well.
true.
I would also recommend maybe doing stuff not for free, but like maybe if one of your friends is shooting a project, then maybe you can just join them and help out as best you can. Like I know when Nabil was shooting the Lamborghini, like I just jumped on it with him, and I was like, I'll bring my expertise to whatever might be needed, and I'll
Yeah.
just be there, whatever. And that's really fun because there's no stakes, especially if it's not your project. So you can just if anything goes wrong, you're like, well,
Yeah. No,
and yeah, it just makes it fun again. Yeah.
collaborating is a great way to spark kind of a new energy and new passion. And I think I'm someone that feeds off people's passions and energy. So if I come up with an idea and like I get a team together and we all work together on set for the day, and I always come away feeling like creatively energized after those shoots. So that's something as well. Absolutely. Kind of playing with constraints. So like limiting yourself. So like we spoke about on the show before, can we shoot something with just one focal length, or even just on your phone? If you're a videographer, what could you create with just your phone? Like, could you go out and shoot an athlete on just your phone and see how cinematic and cool you can make it? Things like that are like really good as well to kind of, reignite the spark.
Yeah, I was just shooting in black and white, no color, any kind of limitation. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head, man. The one thing I've been doing is now that I've had some time away, I think when I'm coming back to video with like this fresh perspective of you kind of keep, like where you do it, but you do it enough to where you don't say yes to everything, and it's more about the craft itself instead of just trying to make the most money. And I guess sometimes it is, in order to keep that passion in that craft, you do have to almost like take time for yourself. It's what's that thing? It's like, I guess it's like taking time off, but instead of taking time off, you take time off client projects. So you still do your craft, but you just don't do every single thing.
You don't have to do your craft. I think it's like, I'm going to go to Copenhagen this week, aren't I? And it's like, I'm there for a holiday. I'm going to take my Ricoh. And
exactly, yeah.
If I feel like I want to shoot something, I will, but also I won't ever force myself to. If I'm not feeling it, I'm just not going to bother.
Yeah.
I want to document that trip with me and Yaz and like document it to look back on. But other than that, like if I don't feel it, I won't force it. And I think, having time away from camera in hand and shooting stuff is like really, really beneficial.
I genuinely thought you said having time away from camera in hand.
Yeah, no. I said it, and then in my head I was like, that sounds like Cameron. So yeah, time away from Cameron is also beneficial. So Steph, if you're listening, that can be beneficial for you as well. Yeah,
no,
for sure. And I think in terms of like long-term habits, so scheduling in those breaks. So knowing, you might, if you feel like you need it, taking time away from your camera. If you know you're gonna like go on holiday or have a few days off and you're spending a few days with family and you decide, you know what, I'm going to put the camera away, I'm going to leave it at home, I'm going to just be without it so you don't have to think about it all the time, I think is a really, really good way of kind of, I've always in my diary put time in to chill and been quite good at that, and I think it's really beneficial and stops me getting burnt out. So
and just the last thing, because I know that we need to wrap up. I think like having your boundaries in place as well, like the 50% up front and stuff like that, really helps you keep mentally sane when you are doing these things, instead of being overloaded and doing stuff that you don't want to do, or being on a project too long, or not getting paid on time. Like those things really add to the frustrations of, not really enjoying it, because you start to link your craft with those problems. Yeah. So, that's my last thing. But I'm conscious, 100%. Matt needs to go so he can post. His personal project. So
it's a very important post today. I'm trying to have no expectations. Like, I want, when you're so proud of a piece of work, you want everyone to love it, and I want it to do really well on socials and this and that. But no, I'm going to post, go back to my work, try not to check my phone. If people love it, they love it. If they don't, they don't. I've got something that is going to go on my website, sit in my portfolio. I'm proud of it. That's all that matters. So
Yeah, exactly. It's already a win technically. You know,
yeah,
like you're happy
exactly,
with it and you've shot it and it's
exactly,
different than, you know. Yeah.
exactly. Sweet. So to wrap up, I just want a few points to. I just want to reiterate that it's normal for passion to drop. It's peaks and troughs. There's going to be
Hmm.
times where, like this project that I'm posting now, I absolutely was enthralled by it. I loved it. I was super passionate about it. I'm really happy about the final result.
And you put your own money into it as well,
Put
so
my own money
you
into
know.
it. But
Mm.
6 months ago, a year ago, previous times in my career, there has been times where I felt low creatively, uninspired. I promise you, it's peaks and troughs. You work through it, and it's like relationships. Like if you guys are listening in an actual relationship, there's peaks and troughs. There's highs and lows. There's times where you're great. There's times where you're not so great. You work through it. You communicate. It's the same thing, guys. So
Mm.
just know that it will get better. Just do the things that need to be done. I think definitely encourage you to schedule in, you know, when you do personal projects, schedule in time to just relax and take time away from camera. Not Cameron, camera. And yeah, make sure you do that because I think it's very beneficial. So
Yeah, love that, man. Love that. I'm glad you
nice.
said all that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's wrap up the show there. It's a bit of a long one, folks. If you've made it this far, we really appreciate you listening to us ramble on. Um, if you haven't already, please leave a 5-star review on our Instagram page. On our Instagram page, you can't
On
do that on Instagram yet.
Spotify.
On our Spotify, it helps us be seen by new people, and we want to grow as a show and build this community. So, thank you very much. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the newsletter. It's in our podcast bio. It's on our Instagram bio. My brain is starting to fatigue. And we will see you in the next show.
Bye,
Much
guys.
love. Bye bye.